Okay, the very first thing I got up here is the echinacea. We're going to be talking about that. The very first tab you're seeing is what we discussed we discussed with you about a couple weeks ago on how Jeff is handling the echinacea for this year. As I said before, New Canaan will be coming in and arriving in February. Temps will be turned up to 68 to 78 degrees, and we're forecasting for these release date for this between the mid to the end of the week of May. Now, what we're going to be doing next is we have some introductions for some new varieties of echinacea. So that's what the next 5 pictures are going to be. If you go to the next picture, please. Okay, the introduction to the very first one. First of all these new echinacea varieties was in the test trial bed for at least 2 to 3 years. And out of the 36 varieties they were testing, these were the best ones that they choose from. The very first variety up here is the Echinacea Sombrero Fiesta Orange. It's also known as coneflower. This is a zone 4 to zone 9. It gets 18 to 20 inches in height, to 22 to 24 inches in width. This is a beautiful orange coneflower. It will be in a 17 centimeter PTW pot. Going forward, we're switching everything over to 17 centimeters. Purpurea, well, that might not change it, but for the rest of them, going forward, you're going to be seeing them in these pots right here. We may have some
It's the same pot they've been in.
Yeah, just like Jess said, there's the same pot they always been in, but we might have some straggler leftover ones. Instead of 19, you might see that every once in a while. But just let you know, this is the new pots that we're going to be going in. This prefers to be in a well-drained, fertilized soil. Once established, you want to water occasionally, more in extreme heats, especially if you're just going to keep it in the containers. This is an up-habit forming echinacea. It requires the full sun. It's considered to be drought tolerant and attracts butterflies as well as bees. Variety is considered to be deer resistant. And for this variety, it is recommended you remove some of these spent blooms to help prolong the flower. Now this variety, the picture I got up here, as you can see, the picture that's on the left is the Fiesta Orange. That's the new variety this guy coming in. It is similar to the Kismet Intense Orange. The only difference between the two is the Fiesta Orange is considered to be a lot taller. It is 18 to 20 inches, while the Kismet is only goes to 16 inches in height. That could be a big difference when it comes to landscapers when they want to put the plants and where they want to set them at. You want to put the small ones up in front, or you got some really tall stuff. This echinacea is a good variety for that. It's like I said, this is a 16 to 20 inches in height. So that's the difference between the two. All right, go ahead to the next picture, please. This is the Echinacea Sombrero Rosada. This is also known as coneflower. This is a variety also is zone 4 to zone 9. It gets 18 to 20 inches in height as well as 22 to 24 inches in width. This variety color is also more of a purple pink, so a near magenta. This is also in the 17 centimeter PTW pot. It prefers to be in well-drained soil. This variety blooms in the late spring to late summer. It does best when it's planted in the full sun. It is a sturdy, compact plant, are covered in blooms with bright, rich color, requires the full sun and well-drained soil. Attracts bees and butterflies, and it is disease resistant. Once again, this variety is similar to the Kim's knee-high. Once again, the Sombrero series, they are a lot taller. So that's something you can use as a starting point for when you speak to your landscapers or if you speak to your customers. Similar in flowers, but there is a height difference between the two. Next picture, please. Now this one is the Echinacea Eye Catcher Tangerine. This is a coneflower. This is a zone 4 to zone 8. This variety will get 22 to 24 inches in height to 16 to 18 inches in width. It is more of a gold, more like an orange shade type flower. Also in the 17 centimeter, it prefers to be in the fertile to poor to average. It can handle poor and average soil. And for this variety, it prefers to be in full sun. If you have it in an area that's more partial sun and partial shade, it does require to have at least 6 hours of direct sun to give the full effect of this variety of plant. This is a single flower, comes in bold colors, is fairly compact with large flowers and horizontal petals. As you see the picture that's to the left, you see the petals are sort of like it droops. It's not because of lack of water or anything like that. This is a natural form having of this variety. Where you see the great thing about this, it's got dark stems with dark foliage. It's short. It does recommend to leave some of these blooms when going late into the fall because it also provides food for finches and other birds. But the other great thing about this variety was makes it above the regular echinacea that the flower cones of this would get to 3.5 inches in size. So you're going to get a very good sized cone flower for this one variety. That's what makes this one stand out from all the other ones. Next picture, please. And this is the Echinacea artisan red ombre. It's also known as hybrida. The scientific name they got also for that. So if you see that, it also mentioned it. That's what this variety is also called too. This is a zone 4 to zone 10. It will get 28 inches in height to 25 inches in width. This is more of have a beautiful red, orange, and with red shades. It will change color as it ages. This is also in a 17 centimeter. It likes to be in moist to well-drained soil. The bloom time for this variety is in late spring to late fall, and it prefers to be in the full sun. Butterfly lovers will love this long-lasting bloomer. Opens with intense colors to attract pollinators and birds. Good for mass planting containers, cottage gardens, and rustic gardens. The only other great thing about this variety is similar to the Giant Spirit, where you'll get a multiple of different colors from one variety. For this one right here, this stays in the same color pattern for when it comes to the reds. It's more of like a red, orange, and a rosy, like reddish orange. So you'll get a multiple of different colors for in one flower, like the Cheyenne Spirit. While Cheyenne Spirit gives you more yellow, red, and orange, this one gives you different range of between red and yellow. So that's good because you almost got like a multiple different varieties in just one singular particular plant. So that's the great thing about this variety right here. And go ahead to the next picture, please. And last we have is the Echinacea artisan. This is the soft orange. It's also known as hybrida. This is a zone 4 to zone 7. It will get 16 to 28 inches in height, as 10 to 25 inches in width. Now this one is an orange. We have some other orange, but this one is more of a very soft orange. It's also in the 17 centimeter PTW pot. It likes to be in moist to well-drained soil. Bloom time for this, it will bloom in the late spring to the late fall. Now this is a variety that does best when it's planted in the direct sun. It is more of an upright growing single. Flower opens with deep orange, soften as it matures, good for cut flowers, mass planting, containers, cottage gardens, and it attracts pollinators. And that's what we have for the echinaceas upcoming. As we go on, we'll be introducing some more new varieties to you as we proceed. That's what I have.
So a couple other comments on the echinacea. The two artesian series are seed grown. That's why you have a little bit of variance in the coloration of the plants. Remember, seed grown will be slightly variable. What they usually do to make sure that, like with Magnus or whatnot, it will be grown separate from all other echinacea so that when the cross-pollination occurs, that you stay with the right colors. The other varieties are vegetative, so they should be exact replicas of each other, so all the colors will be the same. So that's the difference between vegetative and seed propagation. Echinaceas that we do in the trials, they're over on the north side of the parking lot. We look not only to see how well they perform throughout the course of the year with flower, but how well they survive the winters. Typically, if it's got great color for 1 year, 1 season, and the test plants don't make it through or a high percentage loss over the winter, especially if it's been a mild winter, it usually will get kicked to the side. But that's typically the criteria that we look at, how well they flower, how much flower we have throughout the course of the year. We really try and avoid, if you recall back in the early days of new varieties of echinacea, you get into some varieties of 3-4 foot tall. We really want to stay away from that, stay in that 2 foot under range, just because the flowers hold up better, stems are stiffer. It's just a whole lot better package for everyone.